Got it. All right, and welcome back to another episode of The Late Show with T and J.
All the fans in the background.
I'm not coming in that hot. I'm not gonna just coming. My nose look like Michael Jackson's in the fucking 90s. Fucking
Took a deep
pitch.
breath and everything.
Just hella fucking sunken in. All right.
Good way to start it off.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of The Late Show with T and J. I'm your host, comedian Jovi, with my co-host
Tanner.
I can't. Always with the misstep. Just immediately after. One of these days we'll get it right. Well, welcome back, everyone. It's been what, week and a half since we were with everyone else. What's been going on? What we got?
Well, we just had Easter. Yeah. We had Easter Sunday. Big day.
Everyone enjoyed that with their families.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Holidays are.
Birthdays and holidays were exhausting beforehand, but now being a single parent, having that entire day and weekend planned alone with them and keeping them entertained and doing things for us, trying to get pictures taken of us. They wouldn't sit. I had to set it on the timer. They wouldn't sit still. No, it wasn't happening. I mean, we had a great time. Yeah. I was starting to get frustrated with it, but I was like, it's a damn picture. The rest of the day is fine and we're having fun. I'm like, this is nothing to worry about. So we got some goofy pictures and whatnot. Had a lot of fun. Decorated cookies, egg cookies with the boys. Took them to church.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good time. How about you? How was your Easter weekend?
I don't celebrate Easter.
I know you don't, but how was your Easter weekend? Because you got.
Let's see. The weather's been going back and forth. We went from some nice 50+ days to ugly looking freezing temperatures with random snow spurts and then rain. It was kind of gross. The father-in-law is a little unwell at this time, so we felt it was best to stay home. So we're gonna reschedule the family get together, just because he is older and immunocompromised. So it's just the best thing to do right now.
Just take it easy.
So other than that, I just kind of chilled over the weekend. Work out and just veg.
Didn't you hit a comedy club?
No, didn't we talk about that already? Oh, Saturday. You know what? I did go out. I had been drinking that night, so I went to a comedy club. Well, it wasn't a comedy show that night. They had artists. It was a hip hop 420 night, just because my holiday is coming up here on Wednesday. What? We'll talk about that a little bit more. Shut up.
Because I got high.
I was out there chilling. I got there early, so I ended up meeting one of the groups before we were allowed to even go downstairs into the other bar. It just wasn't open quite yet. So I'm chatting, having a good time, talking with another black dude who's got locks, asking him how long he's had his locks. 5 years for him. Said I just passed 3 years, so instant connection on that. Cracking jokes about having to wear one of the I have a hair blow dryer attachment that turns into one of those hoods. It's like the hair dryers, but it just attaches to the hair blow dryer. So cracking jokes about having that on because it just snug under my neck and it looks like I'm a little alien or whatever. Then down at the show, just kind of had another drink and had a good time. I left like 10:30 or so because niggas don't stay out like that no more. No. I don't do that no more. I had Joe pick me up. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. I'm a little tired. And then still didn't get to bed until like 1.
Dude, I still see some people our age, 30, 31, out partying, throwing back shots. I'm like,
I
good for you
mean,
that you can handle that.
right.
That's not for me. Whew,
It's the
I can't handle hangovers. I'm
oh well,
type
you know that
baby.
was never my issue.
No. I do remember your birthday. I do remember your birthday when we lived
Oh,
at the apartment, and I remember because remember how like
because I'm like, which one?
you were at the end of the hall, and I remember hearing you puke. And I open up my window, I look out, and you're
Oh
keeled over
yeah.
outside of your window, puking outside your window.
What was that when we got
And
back from Shapes, or was it one of
yeah,
the other party nights? Because I think that was a weekend that or the year I had 3 parties in my
yeah.
name.
No, that was the night we got back from Shapes because you got turned up
Oh yeah, I
at Shapes.
did. Yo, bro, everyone was chilling with me. I was digging it. I was
Yeah.
vibing. I got too
I think you
vibed
got just
though.
mad crossfaded with a
Heavy,
lot of booze, and
heavy. Not my proudest moment, but hey, we've all been there, right?
I enjoyed that.
So yeah, I didn't do that on Saturday.
We don't
Made
recover
sure.
like that anymore.
No, that'll have me out for a whole day. It's
I
not
would
like
say
I'm in
the bounce
pain. I'm
back is
just
like 48 to
tired.
72 hours.
I'm just tired. I'm not like people get aches and pains or they don't want to hear anything. I'm like, it's never that. I'm usually still the first person up in the morning. It's just I don't want to do as much during that day.
Right.
Unless people really want to do it, then I'll hop into it. That's fine. But I'm excited for Wednesday because Wednesday's my favorite
That's your day.
day.
Yeah. That is your day.
Speaking of which,
Put your
uh
lighters up.
by the time that this episode is out, it will be 420. So smoke them if you got them. If you're allowed to legally in your state,
Yeah. We
or
may
not,
or may not be
I
doing
don't
a
know.
live uh mini show.
Bro, if we're going live, let me hit up my pharmacy first.
Get the good stuff.
Hell yeah. That's the reason I chose purple. I know you said this was blue, but it's purple. The
Yeah. Yeah,
lighting. Yeah,
that
there's
messed with
hella
me. I
pause on
really
that
thought it was
moment.
blue. And like you had me panicking thinking I was colorblind. I'm like, no, that's blue. That is blue all the way. I was looking at the shirt that I was wearing. I was like, this is blue. That's blue. And you're telling me it's purple. Like my mind was getting all
Uh,
sorts of twisted.
it's definitely purple, but the lighting, I could see when I like flash it at the camera. Oh yeah, no, that looked blue. But it doesn't help. Like my walls are a blue green. I have green for my lights right now, because of 420s. So everything's just kind of bouncing off.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, we're thinking about going live. I know Tanner won't be partaking, but he'll be chilling. He'll be chilling.
Yeah. I'm an ally. I'm a supporter. I may or may not have partaken. I did. Man, we got high. We got real high
Bro,
back in the day.
first of
All
all,
right.
we the days where we would be at home, it'd be like a Saturday or some no, because you were always working Saturdays. So it would be like a day off in the middle of the week, and you got class, you don't have work, and we're just smoke sesh, chill in our room separate, take our dogs out, smoke sesh. It was a
Well,
cycle for a
bro,
day.
that's when I had the classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Bro, I didn't want to admit how often.
It would, and remember when we weren't like, it was. Oh, this was during. Remember when you were helping me audition for that werewolf movie, and I had to lose a ton of weight real quick.
Oh yeah.
So like what you and I were doing, like we were just smoking and just drinking coffee and
Mm-hmm.
water, like, and
Bro, our
maybe
diet
eating
was
one
not
meal a
healthy.
day. Because I was told that I have to be naked for that, and like I'm panicking. So like I didn't eat, bro. I did. I
Yeah, no,
actually
you were
lost
trying
weight
to.
really quick.
Well, yeah, because that's not healthy.
No, it's not.
Dude, fucking, I hear stories of old baseball players having to cut weight, and it was usually whiskey and popcorn. They would only have a diet of whiskey and popcorn for like 3-4 months. I'm like, yeah, that'll
Yeah.
cut you down real quick. Fucking lose 50 pounds.
Yeah, I'm trying to like think about that. I couldn't do it.
Yo, the 70s were different. That's a different breed of person right there.
Oh, for real. Oh, for real.
Fuck yeah.
Speaking of the 70s, like
Yeah.
you know how like it's 70s and now. All right, so like there's this whole movement of women not shaving their armpits, and it's personal choice. It's subjective. It's your thing. Cool. All right, you think that's beautiful for you? Cool. But they were doing this back in the 70s and 60s. All right, this isn't like some movement
they
they're
weren't
starting.
shaving then, for real. Women weren't shaving until it was more forced in the 80s and 90s, where it was like women gotta be hairless all of a sudden. Our grandparents were fucking hairy, both of them. When they were smashing, yeah, I'm bringing it up. Grandparents smashing. When they were doing that, it was hair down there.
You know, like when you're not thinking about something and someone mentions something and you don't want to think about it, but no matter what you do, it's still it's like a quick snapshot in your bro.
You know how often I do that to my wife all the time. Gone. Any weird thing that pops up in my head, she is then subject to have to deal with, because I had to deal with it, right? I had to think of it, and now someone else has to, because that's how the cycle goes. And I have word pictures.
Well, anyway,
just moving past that one.
Moving on to better and brighter conversations.
I know people aren't gonna dig that one, but it's true. Ask them.
All right, so
ask your grandparents.
I wanna. Anyway, I mean, I can't. Oh man, I can't. That reality just set in for a real quick second. Yeah. Oh man.
Moving.
All right.
Move past that.
Rest in peace.
True.
Shoot. So the IRS, them sons of bitches.
I'm like, talk about left field. All right, hit me with it.
total conversation change. So I think I've told you about this. I got a letter in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I have it. I think I had it. Yeah. So December of this year. Sorry, actually 21. The 6th of December, I got a letter saying that there was mistakes made in my 2019 tax returns, and they're sending me a refund. And it's a massive refund, like a huge refund. So, and this is owed to me since 2019. They have my New York address, but they mailed it to the correct address that I was living at, the apartment I was living with at the time. They said, within 30 days to get it. 30 days passed, never came. Okay, things transpired that made me kind of forget about it. But then I called them again because I'm like, hey, this has actually been a while. So I called them. They had the wrong address, but they still sent it to the address I was living with at, currently. So they knew where I was. I don't know why, but they held it because they didn't have the correct address. So I gave them the address to where I'm at now. And they said, all right, it should be sent within, 3 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a minute because you told me about that a while ago.
Yeah. Like when I first moved in here.
Yeah.
And so they said 3 to 5 weeks. It is now April 18th. So I've been trying to get them on the horn, and they don't answer for shit. Like they don't.
Well, fucking taxes right now. They're trying to catch up and everything else. They don't have the manpower. So literally people will wait on hold for like an hour and a half.
And that's what I did. Dude, I was petty. I was like, I'm not hanging off this phone. I was on the phone for exactly 45 minutes today. I finally get somebody on the phone. I'm like, hey, and I say the same thing. I'm like, so like, what's going on? Because it turned from 30 days to 3 to 5 weeks. It's been almost 6 months.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, we issued that on the 15th. I was like, so how long does that take? And they're like, we usually give the postal service about 2 weeks to get it to you. And if it's not mailed to you within those 2 weeks, then in 4 weeks from this issued date, then can we put a tracker on it to find it? Like, what do you mean? Like, who makes these up? I don't understand.
Wait, so they have the ability to track it now, and they are just like, nah, we'll wait 4 weeks before we go ahead and activate that on
2 weeks, yeah. So it's 2
No,
weeks
'cause you
with
gotta
the
wait
postal
2
service,
weeks, right?
and then
it's
another 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right? So that's 4 weeks.
So it has to be 4 weeks total from the issued date to when they can start tracking it if it hasn't been sent to me.
So another month.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so you're telling me like I
Yeah.
just got, and bro, I've been checking the mail every single day, and every day my anxiety and stress has been building because I'm like, fuck, it's not here. I open it, I shut it, I'm mad. I'm like, I don't even want what's in there.
It's because you have plans. You got plans for it already.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
know
like
exactly what that
you
means.
got shit to do.
Yeah. And it's been owed to me since 2019. I'm like, so this is an even longer process than 6 months.
Right. That's shit. Before COVID even hit for real.
And I'm like,
That's
bro,
some lag time, bro.
we got to
hear
get our shit in on time, right?
They're only caught up like 80% from 2020. And I'm like, wait, we got a year still to go. Now, that's not to say that some of them weren't processed. There's definitely a ratio of them, but it's like, we're backlogged for real.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So like interest has been accrued. So they're adding interest to that check now because of how long it's taking. And that's on them. So like, yeah, that's great.
So you
There's
get more,
interest.
yeah.
So I'm getting more. But like,
because technically they are still borrowing your money that belongs to you. So they have to accrue interest on it. Otherwise, that'd be ass, dude. Man, so you're upset with them. Cool. I want to talk about my chair. I want to move past this to talk.
Yeah, you want to talk about your chair. I know mine is like, there's a little pettiness to it. It's like, I'm a complainer. It is what it is. But I think it's okay to complain about it. I get a pass because, like I said, this has been in the works since 2019.
No, you're not wrong. You've got every reason to be upset. It's just there's nothing to do now but wait. Shit.
Yeah.
That's how the government will get you. They'll get you on that waiting game.
Let me just say this. I trust my ex more than I trust the government, and that's fucking saying something.
Those are big words, bro.
Those are big words.
God damn shit. All right. Well, let me talk about my seat.
Let's move on to the chair.
So I've been telling you about this new video idea that I want to do for the page. And
you're getting up.
I told you I had to have a new seat, right? So
yes, sir.
I got one. It is.
Let me see it.
4-in-1. I'm gonna shift my thing. So 4-in-1 ottoman, right? So
4-in-1.
Right. I can tuck all this in, and it's just an ottoman piece, just this bottom. I can have it as a seat. I can have it as a reclining chair, or my favorite part, this bitch opens up, digging it. It's like that.
You got a whole transformer in this bitch.
You're damn right I do. This bitch turns into a whole cot. And I want to, and I've had this idea for a short little video series called You Ever Just, where I
Oh,
sit
yeah,
on
yeah.
this like a therapy seat. And I talk about it with the crowd. I fucking love
I
this
feel
seat,
like going full
dude.
Sigmund Freud on you right now.
That's the
Very
point.
interesting.
So
We've
I
made a
walk
lot
in
of
and pass it
progress.
on. Yeah, no, I don't know about today. You ever just feel like
And how does that
so?
make you feel?
So I got this fucking seat, bro, and I love it. Surprised me, it came with a little blanket and sheet and pillow as well. Is dope. And I
You
just
know,
wanted to tell
that's a
y'all
good
about
buy. I respect that.
it.
I feel like not that we have of that kind of viewership, but I feel like we should still say this is not a paid sponsorship. However,
Oh,
we would like it.
bro, I didn't say a name of who it was from. This is just a convertible seat that I
That's
like.
true. That's true.
So now I'm gonna do the rest of the episode chilling.
Man, I've seen beds like that. Like, I want one.
Dude, it's fucking dope. And it was like 270 or 300. Be reclining and
That's not
shit.
bad at all.
No. And I used one of those payment services where it's like layaway, I get to pay a little bit over time. And I got the
I'm
seat
low key
already.
making notes right now
Bro,
about.
I'm like, yo, this was a buy. What was crazy is before I even had the thought of the show, I saw it on Amazon like a month before. I was like, I like that. I like that seat. And then lo and behold, I was talking with a friend of mine, and he's like, we're trying to think of different ideas and whatnot. And he's sitting there talking. In my mind, it's half listening and half creating an idea. And this is what I came up with. I was like, yes, I already have the idea for the seat I want.
I had one like before I moved it when I first looked at this apartment and I had the idea. I was like, all right, this is for now. This is short term. It's a 1 bedroom apartment. I was like, the boys get the bedroom. I'm gonna turn this into like a hybrid living room, bedroom, office area. So I thought of getting
Like a studio. Like a studio
yeah,
apartment.
like I wanted to use the space as much as I could, but now like I nixed the idea because I'm not going to stay here long, so I don't want to put that effort into it. But the idea that I had was I was going to have like a high-rise bed kind of elevated and have the
Yeah.
desk underneath it
Mm-hmm.
and have the bed on
Bro,
top.
like people have had to, not had to, but I used to see that idea in dorm rooms.
Yeah,
They would
something very
double
similar to
stack
that. Yeah,
the twin beds, and then you got the dresser desk right underneath,
yeah.
computer and everything. Yeah,
I was going to do something very
I've
similar to
always
that.
liked that idea. No, I like that idea.
And I was down with that. I was like, I could save so much room doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But
It is
yeah,
efficient.
but I'm looking to get out of here ASAP soon. So
But who's to
I
say
nixed
you
that
don't
idea
want
because
that for the next place though? It's still a good idea.
true.
And
Um,
it's
yeah,
becoming very popular as far as like people minimizing the space that they are taking up and finding
yeah.
interesting ways to do that. So I mean, you're on the right path.
I'm noticing that I'm kind of a minimalist, which I'm okay with. I like that.
Yeah,
There's
I've
things
got
that
no
I
problem
like
with it.
keeping. I'm a little bit of a hoarder too at the same time. But like with things
Yeah.
that have meaning, not just ridiculous things, like things that have meaning.
Okay. No, I
So
mean
like
that's
a
still
shirt
kind
that has been
of
given to me
subjective,
by a
you know.
friend like if I'm doing spring cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
there's been several times where it's been brought up like throw this away. I was like, well, no, this was a gift. Oh no, I'm not throwing this away.
Funny, funny you just mentioned spring cleaning because I had that down as one of my topics. And when we were doing our pre-screen, I didn't bring it up, but I'm gonna get into it.
Hit me
Actually,
with
no.
it.
Before we get into that, because of buying this seat, I also had the question of what was the most useless thing you've ever bought, and then what's also the most useful thing you've ever bought. and I'm not thinking car, something like I'm a little outside the box. While you think on yours, uh, mine, my most useless, probably. I've bought like different Bluetooth headphone sets, and a lot of them were just like stupid off brand ones where I'm like, I'm trying to save money, but also it wasn't worth because I ended up buying like 3 other different pairs of Bluetooth headphones.
You're not alone. I've done that so many times. All the headless ones. Yeah, I've gone through at least a dozen pairs. Like the amount of money that I spent getting those, I should have just bought like a really like high priced Beats one or Sony something.
Bro, these have lasted me so long now. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
So many people
So
have mentioned getting AirPods, and I'm just like, no, it's way too expensive. But I'm spending
you're
more money.
you're 6 pairs in, and you done doubled the price of the AirPods now.
Oh shit! I'm low key punching the air right now. Stupid ass admitting that.
Right. It sucks when you recognize how much money you wasted. I'm not going to talk about some of the other things I've wasted money on, but
Oh man.
I get mad because I'm like, there are some things that I will clearly buy as a name brand, knowing that it's really good, and then other things, I'm like, nah, fuck the name brand. I'm not paying for the name, but it's usually something that I probably should have paid the name brand for. Someone who put a little work into it, instead of just some knockoff where they're like, yeah, let me slap something together. I like that design. That's usually when I'm like, fuck.
Let's pump this out real quick. Give them low quality.
Mm-hmm.
Say it'll last long. Say it's
And,
got that. It's sweat resistant.
and
When
it's
they're not.
Mm-mm.
I remember I
You
bought
get,
one pair.
mm-hmm.
And it was specifically mostly for working out and doing like physical activity.
Right.
And anytime I moved my head, if I did this or if I did this too quick, it would turn off. One would turn off, and then it turn back on, or it'd skip a song, and I'm not even touching it or touching anything.
Was that a special feature? Couldn't say that to save my life.
No, that wasn't listed
Oh,
on
okay.
as a special
Then,
feature.
then yeah, no, that's
It was
bad.
supposed to be for like for physical activity. You're gonna be moving
Right.
around. It shouldn't be turning off. It shouldn't, and it would fall off. Oh, yeah. Now
I
should
hated the
just
ones that
swallow my
got
pride and
sweat.
invest in
Yeah.
I'll save more money than I have
I
spent.
paid $100 for these, and I've had them over a year. And I love these. I had another pair just like them, just brown. But I mean, these I've been able to do so much more, and they're better for me while working out. They just, that placement hold over them. It's nice. Most useful thing I've ever bought, probably headphones. Here's the
It's
thing.
too easy. That's too easy.
No. Because I have a great explanation as to why. You remember
You see
me
how
as
smooth
the
that was.
dude who no, it wasn't. You remember me as the dude who used to have his phone like just tucked in his sweater, jamming all the time.
Not even in your
So
sweater. Not even your sweater. It'd be in
or my
your
hat.
hoodie or your hat.
I've had all over the place, as long as it's central to right here. But when I started rocking beanies, that's when I would pop it in my hat because it was extra slouchy. So I just pop it in, I'd be good to go. But music is so essential in my life. Like I don't know what I would do without it. So having headphones that I could take everywhere, use whenever, these have a 48-hour battery lifespan. So I made a decent investment, and it wasn't even crazy. Like I said, I spent $100, and they're fantastic. You know what I mean? So for me, being as much as I need music to kind of get me through the day and shit, Best Buy, not the store, the options. So what you got for me?
Most useless thing that I've bought. Man, that's tough. I would say all right. I
Actually,
would
I
say
should
the
probably
DVD
allow you to
players.
do cars because you bought some useless fucking cars. I should
You know
let you
what?
use that one.
Useless in a sense, but like they've provided so much entertainment and so many like stories for us to tell. Like so many
That's
hilarious moments.
yeah,
So like,
that's fair.
is it useless? Like
Okay,
there's some
that's fair.
priceless moments with those cars.
The fucking heat exhaustion, damn near heat stroke, if not already heat stroke.
The car, like it's not even a not even a manual.
Bro,
Oh
one
my
of the
god.
doors didn't open. You had to open it all the time. Oh my gosh.
That was just me being
All right.
chivalrous.
Oh, no.
No. Man, the most useless thing that I've bought,
Mhm.
uh clearly it's not a grammar book or anyway or anything of that sort. Man, it's hard to say, but I feel like DVD players.
All right, explain.
More recently because I've gotten them for the boys and I've been able to use them for maybe about 48 hours and then sometimes they just break. They just randomly break.
Why are you buying DVD players for the boys?
Well, because there was specific movies that like weren't on streaming services that the boys really loved, and there was
Bro,
old
you
school
act
DVDs that I
like
had.
illegal websites don't exist. You could have just popped that on.
No,
We used to use them all the time.
you can incriminate yourself right now, Jovan, but I'm not. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Hey, bro, I was a
FBI
pilot
agent who
once.
pays attention to my life for some reason.
Bro, my dude's sleeping because my life is boring. My bro is taking a nap in
He was
his
like
lead back
this.
seat.
He's like
Like,
this shit again.
bro, he's just watching YouTube again. Vines? Really? You
Crunchyroll.
watch TikTok now. Like,
Oh, he's watching
I
anime
watch
again.
Vines, dude. I watch Vines. I'm that guy. Yep. I said it before. I hold to it. All I recognize is we've been dicked in every generation that's had like any sort of videotaping. Like, there's
True.
always been something stupid going on. But all right,
Now,
so
the most
useless. So,
useful thing.
all right.
All right. It's gonna not make a lot of sense because I sold it, but I sold it because we were financially hurting at the time. But the most useful thing I bought at the time was a like $3,000 video camera. And there was equipment to go along with it. I mean, I had a shoulder harness, I had a tripod, I had a mic, and the thing that I didn't do was put that to use to its full extent, like I wanted to. I had plans to, I just didn't get to it. But I was able to use it for certain school projects, for auditions, and I landed some roles with it.
Was it that
Um,
camera from back in the day? The one that you had? The one we filmed some of our short films on?
yeah,
Or a different one? Oh, dang, I
that
didn't know it
specific
was
one.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
that was expensive. That one was expensive.
Yeah. Now I remember you used distro for that.
Yeah.
Way too
Didn't
much.
get a car with that distro that time. I got a camera. But I remember selling it because I ran out of scholarship money.
Mhm.
We need, I was only working part-time, just had Connor, I think, paid a bunch of bills, and rent was coming up. I was like, ah, shit.
Had to make the move.
Yeah. And I was like, what do I have to sell at this time? And I saw that, and so I had to sell it. So it was a bittersweet sale, but yeah. Because there was a part of me that I really didn't want to sell it. I love that camera.
I mean, at that point it had sentimental value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you had been able to create a lot of things Unfortunate that it wasn't more, but still, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, 'cause that was like your first big learning camera too. Like you were learning everything on that cam.
Yeah, I had the Canon. I had a Canon T3. I think I had a T3 too, but
Hmm.
that one, I think it was a Canon Vixia. I'm forgetting the other little digits with it along with it,
Yeah,
but that one was really good. I actually loved that camera. But
yeah.
it was the most
Moving
useful thing that I bought because what I used it for.
right.
It could have been used for a lot more. That
Hmm.
was the plan. Um, and it's been, yeah, I haven't had a video camera since.
Sense.
Not because like I don't want to buy another. It's
Hmm.
just I haven't been in a position where I want to
Can
spend or
justify.
can spend that much money. I was like, I got kids to worry about. I was like, when I have the safety net to be able to invest in this to where it's not going to starve my kids or not be able to pay rent or pay all these other bills, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I was like, but
It's also one of
gonna have
those
to wait.
things that could force you into making content that's lucrative
I've thought of
if
that.
you
I have
do
thought of
get
that.
it. I here's the thing. I hear it a lot these days, and it's starting to ring truer and truer for myself as far as investing in yourself, right?
Mhm.
To get the most out of yourself, you have to invest in yourself. Sometimes it's a risky move as an investment, you know. We have our safety nets, but sometimes we have to make that risky move because it could be very lucrative and we could be missing out otherwise if we decide to, you know, stay comfortable, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things. It really is a grapple, especially because you have kids, but also what could come of it. Because again, you act and everything. That's a big thing toward what acting is, especially today's age where your auditions are videotaped before you even go in. You know?
Yeah. And a lot of things are self-made now
Yeah.
because a lot of creatives and especially actors and musicians and comedians are tired of waiting for someone else to finally validate their hard work and their talent,
Shout out to
because we
Kev on
have,
Stage.
yeah,
He Kev on Stage Studios app. He
yeah,
is making a way for um black comedians, but all people to enjoy the content, you know, because Hollywood and Netflix and Hulu, they're not really calling unless they see you doing it on your own. And that's what's
yeah.
wild to me. That means they don't
So
have to put in any work these days.
there's been like you know about my whole I don't want to say issue, but like my experience as far as being on the acting side and
Mm-hmm.
having native parts laid before me. Like I've had audition after audition after audition for all these native parts. And it's always the same thing, like, oh, you're just not the right look.
Because you're pale,
uh because
pale. You're
I
light
look
skinned
like this.
native, bro.
Yeah. But like
That's what it was.
I get
And
what they're
and
trying to do, but at the same time they're not representing us the right way, because
I
we all don't have long black beautiful hair and
mhm.
braids. We're not all dark. We're not stoic and have this hard accent, we don't we
As
don't
yours as you do have one when you so choose.
oh, I can
But
slip into it. I know how to
Denver's
blend.
Denver's has the most, like, it's his everyday.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
He's
mean,
got it.
for many it's their everyday for sure.
Oh yeah, but yours is definitely, yeah, you slide into yours, especially when you're around your people, you know what I mean? Just
Oh
no
yeah.
different from how my lingo switches up when I'm around black people. It's like
I've
that's who I'm comfortable with, so
Yeah.
goes that way. You know what I mean?
I've learned it's kind of like it's almost like a defense mechanism in a way to protect
Yeah,
myself from being further exiled because I don't blend in. You know what I mean?
that's something to talk about. Well, one, with yourself, and two, someone who's been in your shoes. I'd go with saying, because it's not always therapy in the sense of like being in an office. Sometimes it's just communicating with someone who looks like you and has been in your shoes in that sense, where it's
Hmm.
like, how did you get through this, being that we've been through a similar situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, so like back to the acting side of things, I auditioned for Crooked Arrows, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from the kid that got cast because I know a lot of them. And I'm buddies with a few of them. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not gonna say his name or the part he had, but he only got cast because he's a good lacrosse player
That
and
happens with
because he looks
sports
native
movies, though.
and
You know
because
what
he
I
looks
mean?
native. Like I had the lacrosse talent,
Yeah.
I didn't have the look that that
What
native
that they
look
were. Yeah.
that they wanted. Now they
Well,
were trying
and
to represent, and I get that they were trying
that's
to represent and what they were representing, and I'm proud that they were able to represent and do that, and I'm happy for them. I'm not,
mhm.
that's an amazing opportunity for them, and I'm so happy for them, and that's open doors for them, and that's great for them, and like I'm rooting for them to keep pushing for that. Um, as far as acting skill, and I know this is going to sound like hubris, but I know I'm a better actor than that guy, like far and away. I know, like,
Mhm.
and that was his first movie, and that's a big task, but that's the thing
But it wasn't meant for you.
that too. That is also something that I've like come to terms with. Like that wasn't mine.
It made me want to pick. Technical difficulty made me want to spark my blunt again. Goddamn. Computers suck sometimes. I start cutting shit on. Anyway, we'll get it next time though. We're getting back into acting and whatnot. So we just gotta again invest in ourselves and hop back on that horse. What is one thing that you would say is the girliest thing that you've ever done? No, we'll start off manliest because I feel like girliest is gonna be funnier. You get your manly stuff out of the way. That way people can pick on the lady stuff.
I don't want to. What's that saying? Beat a dead drum or something like that, or
Feed a dead horse.
beat a dead horse.
Yeah,
I know
it
it's.
connotates.
I think for me, I think the manliest thing I've done is the amount of effort in just just being a father
Yeah, I
for
figured that's where
me.
you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, like uh I'm not the best father in the world, but I do feel like there's a lot of fathers that don't put as much effort into being a father and not just watching your kids, but actually raising them nowadays. There's a lot that are. I'm not taking anything away from them, but there are a lot that just
We're
they
trying
have
to,
this
yeah,
fucking
speak up more
attitude,
on the dads that are doing that extra thing. It's weird. We live in a time where we praise the what seems should be common. Like, for instance, we praise a dude who knows how to clean a house when fucking everyone should know how to clean a house.
right?
Or we're praising women for being in the workforce when everyone should be allowed to be in the workforce. It's the common things where it's like it's somewhat sad, you know what I mean, to have to point that out, but
Mhm.
also it's needed because it's not something that we see all the time. We don't
Right.
see dad step up all the time, so it's like you're doing a great service to being a single parent. You know what I mean? So congratulations to that. As
Yeah.
as because I find that's just, it seems cliche, but I find that's completely just, because I know that's one of my biggest dreams is to be a father one day, and I know I look forward to that time. So your most woman-like feature or thing that you do?
Worry about my hair.
Yeah, you do.
I think
The amount of
that's
times I've seen you stand in front of a mirror for 20
so.
minutes doing.
Yo, I did it at your wedding. But like while we were all getting ready.
You did.
And I think if you go on Jill's Facebook page, someone got a screenshot of me in the mirror, like fucking with my hair.
Because I was telling you I hate you at the time. Because I'm like, will you stop? It's not even your day. Why do you care so much? I'm like, you should have been with the bridesmaids, man. Fuck it.
Now hold on. Is this more of like a vanity thing or like a female thing?
How many dudes do you know who primp their hair?
I'm not primping my hair.
You waft it. Sorry.
I don't know. I really don't know. My brother Jeremy.
It's because he's taken after you.
To a certain extent.
He's better at instruments. Is he?
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother subject.
Than you at this time?
Is he what?
Is he a better athlete than you?
Absolutely
at
not.
Age group? No. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he watches these, so I mean, you feel free to talk shit if you so want to.
No, homie's into wrestling, and I love that he's doing something physical, and he enjoys it and he loves it.
I did check in on him about that because he was supposed to make it to states, and then something went awry with like how they did the choice of who goes, because he apparently did very well. I said props.
Yeah, no,
Jeremy.
He puts effort into it, which I like. He's a freak of when it comes to instruments. Instrumentalist, musician. I'm just gonna say musician. He's a freak of a musician because he's just got amazing natural talent. Taught himself to play guitar, and he's playing some of the toughest John Mayer songs to learn. Like,
does John Mayer have tough songs to learn?
Yeah, like because he goes on riffs, man.
Well, all right, that's a different thing. All right, so
yeah,
so he's learning his riffs. Riffs are always the hardest thing to learn though, because they're made up on the spot.
And it's not just the riffs, like Neon. Neon is a very difficult song for guitarists to play.
Really?
A lot of his songs, just the technicality of of what he's doing with the guitar. Because I've like when I've got like last time I went to visit, Jeremy was watching nothing but John Mayer and I think Eric Clapton too.
Well, that's their the way they splay their hands, because Jimi Hendrix was the same way, where it's like the way that they could place their hands on the, and that's not so much, I guess it's part talent, but it's their anatomy, you know what I mean? Like there's some things people can't do simply because, or some things people can do simply because their anatomy is a little bit off. Like I've got super long arms, so I'm able to.
You have big ass hands too. You got paws.
I do. they kind of go together. The long reach and all. It's like, but that's allowed me to do different things that people my height or my size aren't able to do because I got more reach and shit. Things like that, where I was always told if I ever tried bass, I'd be good at it. One, I pick up.
You can see. Honestly,
I can't read music for shit. I can't read music for shit. But I can see
you. I can see you throwing down on some bass. I really could.
I would. I kind of want to. It's either I want to get into bass or get back into drums, percussion. Because
I mean both.
I really
yeah,
like being
both.
in percussion.
You seem like you could fuck both
I
up
like
for sure.
keeping the beat of music. You know me, again, music is my life, so keeping the beat of music is my go-to.
Yeah.
That's why I love Anderson .Paak, because he not only is killing on the drums but singing the entire time, and that is not easy for most drummers. That is a talent for sure.
It's a talent to play the guitar, play an instrument, and sing. It really is.
It is. It's
So
anyone who can do that, props to them, because
yeah,
I'm like,
for
I
sure.
wish.
So
I
what
wish
is your manliest thing?
Probably also cliche. I like chopping wood.
So it's a legit
like-
physical act. It's chopping wood.
Yeah. I love chopping wood. I got injured last year because of it. I'm almost to a year since I did that. Goddamn. It reactivated my costochondroitinitis. I told you I've always had stiffness in my chest. That's what that is. And I did a full set. Like I went 100% power. I hit this fucking log, and you just hear this dead hit. I spiked it in, and everything hit center to my chest. I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't breathe. I had the wind knocked out of me from slamming this axe. And then my buddy, he looks over, he's like, "You all right?" I said, I think I should stop.
Yeah, take a break here.
And then like for a solid 6 months, 7 months after that, I was only like taking half breath because my chest wasn't able to expand all the way. It would hurt. So I wasn't doing great because of that. Then I started PT, and it's gotten better. We're still working on it, but that's what I would say is my manliest thing. Chopping wood. I like whiskey. I like a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, I love how I didn't throw that in. Like I was having whiskey this entire time. Whiskey, chopping wood, mowing the lawn within my Skechers.
I love mowing the lawn in my New Balance shoes. I shit you not. I love it, bro. I got my I'm out there. Bro,
so much testosterone. Just getting
and
started.
each pull for no reason, because it's gonna get going after like 2 pulls. It's like, why do you throw so much hip into it? Like,
man, it's a full.
I'm instantly sweating.
Workout.
My hair is fucking swishing in the wind.
You picture yourself in slow motion. Take your hat off, boy.
Just out here.
Oh, look. All right. Now your most girliest.
Oh shit. All right. This one's kind of I recently gotta go with 2. Since I've grown my locks, getting my retwist done, I feel like the baddest bitch on this earth. I tell you, I'm in the mirror, fucking yo. Shit.
I feel like the baddest bitch. She says,
"Clean as a shit."
I'm just picturing in the back of your mind while that's happening. I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch.
Bro.
I'm a boss ass bitch.
I'm in there fucking twerking in the egg.
Oh,
the whiskey and fucking wood chopping goes out the window. I get a retwist.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's moot at this point. It doesn't count.
When I get my retwist? Yeah. Oh shit. I swear.
Oh, yo,
because I get my head massage. She be in there for.
How you're treating yourself?
We be talking about life, bro. I'm relaxed. She lets me smoke my pen if I want to. I'm like,
Look good, feel good.
Yes. Yes, bitch. Yeah.
Yes. That's on period, fool.
Don't do that. I hate when you do that.
On God.
Oh, but then, man, I when I can, I like a good bath, bro. I'll take a bath with some essential oils.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Lighthouse with a candle, some fucking saxophone music, some Kenny G in the back.
God, see, I don't do that.
Oh, toes up. If I could put flower petals in there.
And that's it for today's episode.
Like I said,
I'm gonna head out.
That's my most woman-like, bro. Soothing. You just in there chilling. It's a whole vibe.
So speaking of the bath,
okay.
Shower sex.
Oh yeah, let's get in.
Is it as hyped up as? Do you think it's as hyped up as people make it out to be?
It's overrated as all fuck.
I think so too.
Positioning.
It's a warm up.
Most people got a small tub. Average home ain't got a big tub.
So not a lot of room to do what you need to do.
Right.
Slippery. I liked it. It's intimate. Yeah. It feels good for what we are able to do. But that's more of a foreplay stage.
True.
True. Now I know a lot of people are like, yo, shower sex is like, but man, you can have fun in the shower. But the real fun takes place after the shower when you can do a whole lot more.
Where y'all dry off in the bed.
Yeah. And you know, you can take another shower after. That's the pre-shower and then the after shower.
Pre-shower and then back in. The soothing shower is more after. You're like, all right. But also, like, you're probably not touching each other after that. You're like, bro.
Or maybe you are. Maybe
let me get the hot water. You know, bro, I get selfish. I like hot water. Jill does not like the water.
I'm taking a shower. Hot. You can wait. You can wait.
Said, yo. She said, I'm gonna hop in. I said, you gonna stay in the back.
I'm gonna hop in. No, you're gonna stay right there. You're gonna take up my hot water.
Bro, I be trying to I scolding hot shower, bro.
He said, I get selfish when we're done. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Squeamish, like
I was gonna make it seem like I don't cuddle or anything, but that's not the case. It's like, but when we're done.
When we're done. When we're done.
Do the double for the emphasis. Not when you're done, but when you're done. You know what I mean?
Right. So yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons to it. There's a lot of pros and cons to it. So like, it's happened. The deed has been done, but I'll tell you this. I'm with you 100% on the fact that for me it's just a foreplay stage to do a lot of the fun leading up and warming up to, you know. I mean, for her, you know, you can get a lot done for her in there for sure. So, ladies, just kidding. so ladies, hey, just so
how my ladies doing tonight?
What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Tell us in the comment section how much you hated this part of the class.
Let's get that conversation going, because I've been on dating apps and.
I think I think our opinion is probably more the average than not, if I had to be honest. I feel like, especially the older you get, right? So being 30 and going up, you're like, bro, my life insurance ain't even kick in like that for real. So I'm like,
like, what if we slip and fall?
Right. We can't both go down. I want to stay on the topic of water. So speaking of tubs, let's go bigger. We're talking about pools, right? I brought it
Pools.
up. Just a quick little fun fact. Did you know the smell of chlorine in pools is literally because of pee?
What?
So when you fill up a brand new pool and you've got the regular concentration, you can even triple the concentration, it'll smell like water. When you pee in chlorine water, it emits that smell. So when you go to like a city pool and it smells like chlorine, like heavy like chlorine, you're going in pea soup.
So
And
the
I'm not
stronger the
talking
smell of chlorine, the more
the more
pee
piss
is mixed in.
in the pool.
I don't like that. I don't like that because there's been some pools that I have unfortunately had the experience of swimming in that have had a very strong chlorine smell.
Like when it's crazy, yeah, it's piss. It's because it's piss water. And you know how many times you might have opened your mouth while
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Yo, my word pictures, they're back again. Just imagine all the kids running around a little, we're gonna get you. And you just coming out of the water. Your friends dunk you under, you got a mouthful of water.
You know what? That makes the suffering of like when someone's ducking your head underwater and you can't breathe, you're like, and you're sucking in that water. That makes it
gets
that
in
much
your
worse.
lungs. You got piss in your lungs, bro.
No wonder why you can't breathe. Oh, that's man.
Again, if I learn it, everyone else has to. I can't. I don't know.
You know,
I never want to go in pools again.
It's kind of like the bee thing that you brought up last week. That's something I could have been okay with not thinking about.
I feel like that was the common response for that. Tell me what you guys thought about that. Just nasty. I'm never going to a city pool ever again. I hardly want to go into a hotel pool. It better be top notch. I'm telling you.
Shit. That's wild.
You think of a hot tub that smells like heavily of chlorine. That's literally pee.
That's just boiling piss. At this point, now it's boiling piss.
Boil
That's all I'm
it
gonna think
with
of.
piss.
In there cooking like a lobster in piss.
And for anyone who's not rinsing off before getting into those things, there's probably poo flakes from not wiping your ass well. I'm coming in hot.
Them dingleberries.
I say, yo, you know what? I already let it loose today.
Because, like, listen, Americans are nasty, bro.
So I don't have to deal with that.
No, but Americans are nasty as far as like toilet paper and thinking that's cleaned up.
It's not.
It's not.
Unless you're using wet wipes or a bidet. No.
Wet wipes all day. Wet wipes all day. I use my
I'm thinking about getting I'm thinking about getting a bidet, honestly. Mm-hmm.
So the Mandela Effect.
No, hold on. We gonna talk about this girl shit.
And the girliest thing.
Man, if you're not cleaning your ass, I don't want to hear it. You can't tell me shit. At least my ass clean.
You can't tell me shit because my
dirty booty clean. Ass out of here. I'm not gonna be told off by someone who's got stank ass. Like, no.
You gonna talk shit to me when your ass smelling like that?
You don't talk shit to me when you smell like shit. Come on now. I won't stand for it. Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness.
I bet you when you walk, your ass itch. I'm gonna start roasting the fake person I'm talking about.
Some
Your girl don't want to give you head because it's stank.
You got the one
all
dude who
smell
walks
like doo-doo.
who has to like fix that, like
Right,
get that
I'm
little
just-
wedge out. Like
Like, yo,
when
you
you
digging
walk,
in your ass like this, like that's how you know.
right?
If
It's
you
not
got
a
the
pull.
C
It's
grip
a
in your ass cheek, like nigga,
when you get that little hook and scratch, you know something's
that's when
going on.
you know. Bro, I saw a video
Your ass is when you walk.
last gross thing I'm about to mention. I just saw a video the other day. It looked like it was these people in church, and there was this woman who was sitting a pew over, and she's sitting there. I'm talking hand in pants, not just in pants, in underwear. Goddamn, I was gonna say underpants, like Captain Underpants. Anywho, she's digging.
Oh no!
Like I'm talking like her nails are in her nose. And then
This
she
isn't a
goes
perfume
back.
magazine.
She
It's not a
goes
scratch and
back
sniff.
and sniffs. And the camera cuts off just as she's turning her head. I said, no, not in the Lord's house. Don't you do that.
So she does it twice. So
Twice. And
either
sniff
she
twice.
enjoyed the smell of it, or she really needed to know, like she was that stank.
Well, right at the end, she's about to get up. Like she turns to her friend, like she's got to say she's got to go to the bathroom. Like I say,
We got Houston. We got
because
problems.
she's up, like she's talking to her friend, and she's getting ready to walk off, and I'm like, oh, she literally just said, yo, I think my ass stank. I gotta get to the bathroom real quick. So if you could just move real quick, I really appreciate it. like, yo, bitch, you were just caught on camera double dipping your fingers.
That's the worst part. Is that it took
It was
twice
she's like
the effort.
The first time she's like,
Is that me?
can I get by on?
You know what would have made that worse if she's like,
Bro, it was that close to her mouth. I'm like, yo, you might as well just chew your nails after, goddamn. But it was the second one where she confirmed. She was like, yeah, nah, I gotta go. Yeah, sis, move.
yeah, it seems about right. Should probably go take a shit.
No, it's that was the last nasty thing I'll mention this week.
All right, so let's. So the Mandela Effect.
What's crazy is I think we talked about this before.
We have.
One. So do you have a
Did
new
we?
one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Talking about
just in case.
Bears.
So you turned me. I think you mentioned this. Max Laughlin, the kid genius, who explains how like the European Organization of Nuclear Research, CERN.
Yep.
They activated some device that shifted us into a parallel universe.
Hadron Collider.
Yes, the Hadron Collider, and that is what created.
It destroyed our last universe and shifted us to a new one.
This distortion, yeah.
Yep.
So the thing that I wanted to bring up was there's people trying to refute it, saying it's just fallibility in human memory. But how is it?
There can't be that many people with a false memory?
The same
unless
thing.
Unless there are literally certain things going on that the government isn't telling us. What else is new? That's why, like, you can't just say we all have this false memory. Like there was this inception that we were all under. It of a mass quantity, you can't do that unless there's really some fuckery going on.
Yeah.
Which
like so many people
as to why the Hadron Collider destroying our last one and shifting us into a parallel universe is a hypothesis.
Right.
Yeah.
So
What you got?
I think you mentioned like how it got its name because people swear that they thought Nelson Mandela died in prison when in fact he didn't. And then we talked, the Berenstain Bears. Everyone thought it was the Berenstain Bears,
Because
which
they're Jewish bear family. I'm sure of it.
they got the money. Makes sense. So the Monopoly Man.
Yeah, having a monocle and then not having one.
Yeah, Uncle Pennybags is his name. You know that? His name is Uncle Pennybags.
That's fair. That's fair. Because he's carrying a big old sack of coins.
I want to know who he's the uncle of. Why is he Uncle Pennybags?
He's the uncle to the Pringles can man.
But yeah, everyone
like they got the mustache.
Top hat monocle.
Yeah,
everyone swears top hat monocle, but apparently he's never had a monocle.
He did. The Fruit of the Loom having the basket around it in their symbol. Forget starts with a C. They use in the pictures of Thanksgiving. But
the Quaker oatmeal guy. I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Finish your thing. It just made me think of it and it popped out.
It had the basket there or not with the bundle of fruits.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember there being the basket in the bag.
Yeah.
And they're saying we never had one. So what the hell are you guys talking about? I said, y'all lying.
The reason why, I swear to God, I remember having Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, okay, on video cassette. And there was a trailer for Fruit of the Looms, and it was this little boy running and jumping in a puddle, and the song in the background was like, boy, oh boy, are you gonna get it? Wait till we get our... Or no, this is Hanes. It was a Hanes commercial. I'm fucked up right now.
I don't even know which one you're trying to figure out now.
I'm trying to figure out which one it was. I'm gonna move on. Gonna move on because like now my brain is starting to fry. Luke, I am your father. From Star Wars.
That's a common one. That's like
I am your father.
Yeah.
So many people are like, no, he said Luke, I am your father.
And it's no.
I mean, that's just why.
He says, no, Luke, you know it to be true. I am your father. And I've never watched like a Star Wars movie all the way through. I've watched bits on that one in particular because I'm like, these things that we all know as events or things that happen, and then it comes to not be that. That's got people tripping. I know it's gonna be.
I think a couple things like, so there's a specific like, all right, so Skylar, you were there. Remember when we were last at my mom's? It was before Dan's wedding.
Yeah.
Skylar was talking about something that happened in the backyard that I swear to God never happened. But he remembers it like that was me and him. And like that was an event that happened. I'm like, no, I don't remember that at all.
Because was he talking about how he got hurt? We talked a lot about how he got hurt.
He got hurt a lot.
Yeah, that man. But
I went along with
I mean,
it.
It happens. No, I mean, it really does happen.
Like so many people talk about like things that they did, but I'm like, man, I have a pretty good memory of some stupid shit that I did, or like some stuff like with certain friends. I'm like, that never happened. But like they're talking about like specific things we said, the events that led up to it, this and that, and they're like, they swear by it. And but me, I'm just like, no. But
there are just some forgettable things that for you it was forgettable, but for them it had a huge impact that left that memory. Like, I mean, when you think like there are certain times where where you might walk past a stranger, and for some reason the event saved your life. The fact that you walk past that stranger, something clicked where it changed that course. To them, they're not ever gonna remember you. They don't know who the fuck you are. But to you, you remember how that person looked, what they smelled like, even though it was a brief moment. That is like the catalyst to the memory. But for them, who are you? We have those instances in life where it's just like it wasn't important to us, so our brain doesn't register it as something that needs to stay. It becomes a short-term memory as opposed to a long-term memory for that particular instance.
Yeah.
But the rest of the Mandela effect, I mean, when again it's mass wide, that's why it doesn't make much sense. You've got so many people that are like, Sinbad was in a movie playing a genie with this white kid co-star, and people were swearing, or he even for the longest time was like, nah, I never did a film like that. And people were like, I got the cassette at my house right now. And he's like, nah, that wasn't me.
Remember Shaq doing that one?
That was a different movie. So there was Kazam and there was Shazam. They were both different. It's kind of like how Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached came out, where they're essentially the same movie. They come out almost
same exact
same
movie,
time.
same plot.
Right. It's just they were working on them at the same time.
How crazy is that they both, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher on the 70s show, did pretty much the same movie, and then they're married. That's wild.
But it's like one of those situations. It just doesn't make sense. It's one of those. I will swear tooth and nail that he was in a genie movie. I remember it.
I feel like he was too.
But yeah,
thinking about the Mandela effect,
it's always trippy.
It's not. It's a nice mind fuck to like make you really question reality.
It's not good when you've been smoking.
No.
You will go down the rabbit hole on YouTube where it's like 2 hours later you're deep in a documentary about the entire subject.
Yeah. I feel like,
how the fuck did I get here?
A lot of our 420 episode is going to involve this.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure I pull up some conspiracies to talk about, because that's what you do when you're at 420. Is that, or we'll have a music vibe?
It's blunt. Kind of everything changes, but nothing changes.
Well, that's a real thing.
Yeah,
that's a real thing. Like, times change, but times don't change.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting it already. I'm gonna save some for Wednesday. So until then, right?
Yeah, we got a few things that we want you people to for those who are listening to comment on. You know, the shower sex debacle,
the pissy pool,
the pissy pool.
Pretty much any dirty topic that I had, go ahead and tell me.
Yeah. If you have a solid Mandela effect fact or experience, drop that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
And as always, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, tune in.
I have been your host, Comedian Jovi, with my co-host,
Tanner B.